Good evening. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Very good. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? All righty. If you have an emergency, call 911. Can't do that and call us. Just say break, or I got an emergency, or just let us know. You can break at any time for that kind of traffic. For information, you can on our web and our net and our group. You can see us on our website 146.415, or it's actually 146.415.net. No decimal in there. 146.415.net on the web, or you can just see us on Yahoo groups at Mike Juliet MJ_Sierra Sierra. That's in Yahoo groups, or you can send me an email. Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Saturday and Wednesday evening, and on 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators. Should have some fun doing it. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, resources, and training in support of the city of Mount Juliet, as well as any surrounding community. In fact, anybody for that matter. It's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by net control. Does anybody have any announcements? Yeah, all righty. Well, I'll jump right into my announcements. And of course, we have the Vanderbilt Club Net, which is on Monday night. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday night, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. on 443-800, and a PL of 123.0, and that's of course a plus offset. That's Tuesday nights, 7:30 p.m. And then of course the Wilson, our net on Wednesday, and then another net with the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club, which is 8 p.m. on Thursday, 147.105 plus offset and a 156.7 tone. Does anybody need any fill on those announcements? All righty, we had a good breakfast this morning over at Barbecuties in Mount Juliet. Had 13 people show up, which is that doesn't matter if there's 3 or 13 or 33. It's all just fun. So if you missed it, you missed a good time and a nice breakfast. And we had a great net working with some the other announcement, I guess. It's just a news item. We had a good helping some other folks work Simplex who had not worked Simplex. They came off of the 9-1 machine. And they were just, several of us from this group that were helping them in some ways. I hope we helped them figure out that mostly they figured out they needed better antennas and better height on their antennas. So I'll move right in. There's no other announcements, questions, fills, or any news. Please come in. Got nothing. For those of you that want to check in, you got to see I've got a little logo up here on the microphone. You can see real easy on the. You can look for me on Brain Trusts, BRAINTRUSTS, or you can find me on my call, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey on YouTube. It'll say that I'm on the air. I think I never can see it, so but I've got a nice little logo I made here that's printed out and hanging on the microphone. And it's also on the website, not the website itself, but on the Yahoo group. There's another one as well on the Yahoo groups, and you go to that MJ_SS and you'll find it. So, all right, well, I'll just start right in. Let me start with the north this time. North of Mount Juliet Road, please come in. Well, that was a resounding answer there. Anybody north of Mount Juliet Road, Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road, north of Division Street? Nothing. Move over to the west of Mount Juliet Road.
KM4YRF, I'll jump right in.
Yeah, I was wondering if my antenna had fallen down.
Well, you caught me with a mouthful of ice cream.
No, that's not good for you. That should be for prescription only, Michael.
I do have one.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, you sound good. Good to see you this morning. I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time, Paul. Enjoy it every single time.
All right, very good. And of course, that was Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Like I said, we have a good time. And he's in Belshire, just northeast of Nashville. Who else we got west of Mount Juliet Road, west of Wilson County? Everybody must be in the VHS contest. All right, then we'll move around to the south. South of Mount Juliet, south of I-40. Please come in.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry. Good to see you today.
Yeah, good, Paul. Had a good time.
Oh, it's hard not to have a good time when it's just a bunch of like-minded people just chewing the fat. And because it's funny, if you like ham radio, you can't discuss it with people who aren't familiar with ham radio.
Yeah, hard to do if they don't know what you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Well, very good. Good to hear you in there, Larry. Good sound, good audio, good signal as always. Who else? That's Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he is in, where the heck is he? Rockvale. That's where he is. All right, sounds good, Larry. And who else south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee. Bill.
Hey, Bill. Sound good? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I need to get up there again sometime for breakfast, but something seems to always come up.
Well, Saturday mornings can be problematic because if you're coming alone, it means you're leaving part of your family behind. And lots of times the better half doesn't necessarily want to go, so, or has other things to do, and there's other priorities. So we understand.
Well, the Short Mountain Repeater Club has their meeting on the afternoon, so it makes me a full day when I come.
Oh, is it always the second Saturday of the month?
Correct. They meet at 2, talk to 3, and then they have their meeting from 3 to 5 normally.
Ah, I did not know that. Well, that does make for a little rough day for somebody who's going to those meetings. It's a good group. I've not met but a couple of guys off the 9-1 machine. How are they doing?
Oh, not bad. All ham operators are good people.
I would say that's true. Some are just more problematic good people than others.
Well, we all have different levels that we do, and some just keep quiet while others talk.
No, I know. I'm kind of just pulling your leg there. You're right, though. There's an awful lot of good folks in ham radio. It's hard. In fact, I think that's keeps some people out of ham radio. It's a very public hobby. Your name, address, and not necessarily your phone number, but it's right there on the web for everybody to see, and that doesn't. Some people don't want that.
That doesn't bother me any.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm one of the easier guys in the world to find on the web. If you, I say unfortunately, I've been so public in the last 30 years. You type in my last name and my first name, and you come up with I don't know how many. I gave up trying to figure it out. All right, Bill, good to hear you in there. And that's Bill, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, and he is in Murfreesboro. Who else we got south of 40?
KE4TYJ.
Hey, Jim. You made it home safe, I see.
Yeah, I didn't get home till, I want to say about 5 o'clock. It was a full day.
Oh, did you go shopping or something?
Yeah, we ran into Murfreesboro, looked at some desks because, wife thinks I need a new desk in the shack. So apparently this is not aesthetically pleasing enough. So we looked at them and did some special grocery shopping for her because she's got to have that bone graft done. So we had to get some special food for her. And other than that, I got back here and played the VHF contest.
Oh, yeah. Did you make any contacts there?
Oh, yeah. Band is up and down a little bit. And as far northeast as southeast Illinois. So it's still going on. I'm just taking a break.
I got you. Well, you sound good there. Yeah, I haven't jumped in on that. I had some other car things I had to take care of and some other stuff. So, all right. Good to have you in there, Jim. It was good to see you and your wife there today.
And likewise, we had a good time, man. Like I say, I always enjoy it. All right, KE4TYJ, back to net.
Yep, very good. And that's Jim, Kilo Echo 4, Tango, Yankee, Juliet. And he's in Woodbury. Who else south of 40? Please come down.
Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar.
Hey, hold on a second, Donnie. You kind of doubled with somebody's got a really, really low signal. And I believe it was Kilo Charlie 7 Golf Yankee November. Mike, is that you? GYN? All right. Is anybody copying that besides me? Because I could have swear it wasn't Golf Yankee November. Was it Kilo Charlie November? Kilo. Anybody hear that?
I'll relay.
I think I heard a Kilo Charlie 7.
It's a Kilo Charlie 7 Golf Yankee November. It's Mike.
Ah, okay, very good. I thought I copied it correctly, but then when I heard it the second time, I wasn't sure it was correct. Yeah, I hear you in there, but not super good. You know, it's really light audio and barely a signal, but you'll do better next week, you tell me. You doing all right there, Michael? Was there any response to that there, Jim?
Yeah, he's listening to the net through the YouTube feed, so the delay's like 10, almost 9 seconds. But he understands what you said because he's copying it to the YouTube feed, and he's going to go back, let that control have it, and he'll check in again next week when he has the beam up. He's going to put a beam up. So, anyways, he said thank you and everything like that. I think that's what he said. KE4TY, Dave.
All right, very good. Mike, we appreciate you checking in there. Like I said, it's a weak signal. I had to do it on a relay, but that's okay too. Yeah, when it gets the beam up, you'll be much happier with the results. And again, that was Kilo Charlie 7 Golf Yankee November. That's Mike, and he's in Smithville working on a better antenna with a beam instead of a vertical. And we appreciate him checking in. He was at the breakfast this morning, too. And thanks, Jim, for the relay. Who else we got south of I-40? Please come in.
K4 OFO.
Hey, there you go, Donnie. Donnie, you doing well?
Very good. Believe it or not, I could hear Mike from Smithville, and I picked him up and read him pretty clear most of them all the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you apparently have less obstacles down towards the south.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody at the breakfast. I hadn't made a lot of them, but I really enjoyed that one this morning. It's good to put an eyeball on people you talk to. You wonder what some of them look like. My wife told me that after they look at you, they might not ever talk to you again, but at least you'll get to see who they are.
Now, if you haven't figured it out, hams are a pretty resilient bunch, and they don't, I don't know, they're probably one of the least prejudiced bunch of guys I've ever met, because they don't care what you look like, they don't care how old you are, they don't care how young you are. They just don't. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the fun and the camaraderie and the hobby itself.
Yeah, a lot of people that hadn't come, they miss a lot of good discussions. You pick up a lot of little tips here and there, and very enjoyable. Appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll turn back over to Ned.
Yeah, very good, Donnie. Anybody else? It was Donnie, Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, and he's about 5 miles south of the interstate, just east of Mount Juliet Road. Who else we got south of 40? Hey, how are you doing, Scott?
Well, trying to get you busy again up here working through radio at the same time, eh?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it gets confusing. I was doing that the other night on that net with the people off of the 9-1 machine. I was using one radio and one mic for the net and the other one for the Simplex net, and the other one was for the, the repeater, and it just gets confusing. But you sound good tonight.
No, I'm sorry, I doubled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just say you sound good tonight.
Well, I hope so. I'll let you carry on here. Everybody's sounding good. K1SP.
All right, very good. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, Scott, and he's in Laverne. Anybody else south of 40? South of 40, please come in. All right, then we'll go over to the east of Mount Juliet Road.
WA4ZHI.
Hey, how are you doing? You were waiting. See, it didn't take that long today. It only took 15 minutes to go around the compass there.
Yeah, it was like 25 minutes last time, I think.
Yeah, I didn't. I also didn't send out a reminder earlier today about the net, so that may have had an impact on the numbers.
Oh, we're supposed to know that.
Yeah, I know, but everybody needs reminders. I know I often do for other things. Although, like I said, I've probably said on here before, when I make an appointment for my mother at one of the doctor's offices, they call me a couple of days ahead of time. They send me an email a couple of days ahead of time, and then they send me another email. It's like, oh, please stop calling me. I think I got it.
Yeah, I think we all get that.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. They just want to make sure you're showing up. All right, James, you sound good. That's James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, and he is in right here in Mount Juliet, right in the middle of town. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road, please come in.
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
Hey, Richard, how are you? You sound good tonight?
Thank you. You sound well. Doing good. I've conjured up the idea of putting up a UHF 8-element beam. I'm going to tinker with maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do any good with it or not, but time will tell.
That'll be worth the fun. Which I'm going to remind. I probably told you this before, or at least some allusion to it. My wife heard you on the air this morning, and she said, he sounds like one of those oil-rich Texans on the air.
I wish I was.
It was just funny because she said your voice just doesn't sound like, well, it's just different because not everybody sounds the same, of course. But anyway, she just thought it was interesting. All right, very good, Richard. Yeah, if you need, well, I'm going to be gone for part of tomorrow, but if I'm around, I'd be glad to mess around with that 70-centimeter beam you're doing.
Say holler at you when I get it up and running and see what happens.
All righty. I'm just trying to figure out what day it was. Today's the 8th. Yeah, I already knew that, but forgot it. All right, who else we got? That's Richard, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and he is at just on the north side of Lebanon Road, just west of Lebanon, about downtown, about a mile or so, maybe 2. All right, who else? East of Mount Juliet Road, please come in.
Okay, I'm 4HQE.
Hey, Stan, good to see you today.
Hey, good to see you, Paul. Good to see everybody else. People out there I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's always, like I said, it's always nice to meet the people you're talking to. It makes them more real in some way.
Roger. Well, it's good to see you, Paul. Won't hold you up. Back to net.
All righty, that was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, and he is in just north of downtown Lebanon. Who else south of east of Mount Juliet Road, or east of Wilson County, or east of us? Please come down.
Forward easy. Kilo 4, uniform Echo Yankee.
Hold on, I had a couple 3 in there. I got Earl first. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Earl, you sound okay? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Just heating up some stuff in a skillet in there and fixing me a kind of late but right on time dinner on my schedule. So anyway, that's all I'm doing. I'm doing pretty well. Hope everybody else is out there doing well as well. We'll catch you later, Paul. We're sounding good over here too. KD4 DEZ, back to you.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Good, solid audio. Signal's about S2, but obviously, if you heard it on the air here, you see how loud you are. You're sounding great. Anyway, that was Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Earl, he's over in just east of Cedars of Lebanon, and that's over there just behind sort of Noreen, I believe it's called. Isn't that Noreen, or have I got another name in there, Earl?
Yeah, that's right. That's Noreen.
All right, very good. I knew a Noreen one time. All right, who else? East of Mount Juliet Road, please come down. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road?
Kilo 4, uniform Echo Yankee. Delta 4, Bravo.
Hey, hold on, Jeff. I'm sorry, I got distracted there. Kilo 4 is, what's the rest of that?
Kilo 4, uniform Echo Yankee, Hoyt in Lagardo.
Oh yeah, how you doing, Hoyt? Hadn't heard from you in a little bit. How you doing?
Doing well.
Whole thing on the planet.
Yeah, that's what I'm told. It's one of those things. If God wants you, He gets you.
Well, that's true. I mean, I lived and worked in Florida and did a lot of work on rooftop equipment, on large buildings. And it can be downright scary in Florida when the thunderstorms roll in and there's lightning strikes. And I got caught once on a roof, and it took me some doing to get off. And it was just the short story. It was a big Ford dealership in St. Petersburg, and I saw the storm moving in. I was up doing an inventory of equipment on the roof, and I went all the way down the service bays to the far end, which was, I'll say it was 50 yards or so. And it was 50 yards across a metal roof, a raised seam metal roof. Slippery, and it started to rain, and I started back, and it started really pouring. Lightning is coming down all around me, and I was running, slipping and sliding, made it back to the main roof, and I couldn't even, it was lightning so bad, I didn't even chance going down the steel ladder down the side of the building. I just made it my way under this overhang on the main building and stayed there I had to stay there like 30, 40 minutes before I could even chance getting off the roof without lightning. So it can be very scary, that lightning stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna rig it up for with some heavy gauge wire down to ground. So I don't say right now it's not set up. I just need to get that wired in, so I'm good.
Yeah, and they do have those lightning arresters for your coax. You're aware of that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got one of them in already, but I don't have it routed to anything yet. So I'm waiting until I get my ground rod in and some like 4 gauge wire up to the antenna. Yeah,
very good. And I was just I say that name so infrequent. I had to remind myself you're in LaGuardia. Anyway, Hoyt, appreciate it. Appreciate you checking in. Your new antenna sounds good with an S9 here, and that's Kilo 4 Uniform Echo Yankee, and that's Hoyt, and he's in LaGuardia. Very good. Appreciate you being there, Hoyt. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet Road? Okay, nobody else east. We're going to late check-ins now. Anybody late check-ins or out-of-state check-ins, please come in.
Jeff.
Now, but double or triple, I didn't hear any of the calls, so let's try that again.
Jeff was in there. KG4SF.
Yeah, hold on, Charles. I got Bravo Whiskey Charlie. How you doing, Jeff?
Good, very good. How you doing? I'm on low power. Maybe that's an issue. I may be cranking up too big.
No, you sound good on low power. You're doing pretty good on low power. How is it 5 watts?
Yes, sir. 5 watts.
Your call is Whiskey Yankee 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie, is it not?
Whiskey Delta 4.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking it was. I was looking around. I was trying to remember because I only heard half your call when you called in. You'd think I'd remember that. You doing all right, Jeff? On low power, you sound great.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing very good. I missed the breakfast today. I wasn't sure if it was this week or next week, so I put a reminder on my phone so I don't miss it.
Yeah, I sent out a reminder, I think on Friday. I'm pretty sure I did, but maybe you missed that. I even need to leave my reminders up on the screen so I don't miss things. All right, Jeff, good to have you in there. And that's Jeff, Whiskey Delta 4, Bravo Whiskey Charlie over in Lebanon. Who else? I heard Charles in there. Charles, was there somebody? Wait a minute. Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
Did you tell me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I'm listening to you on the YouTube also. I can't really tell what it says on that bat right there, and you kind of look tired like I do. And that's crazy about the lightning story. I think we got some storms about to hit here. Really tired today, and don't have much. Just kind of looking through some of your past videos. And I think I've seen your dog on one of them, and I see another one that says, "Ham radio repeaters are a pit of hell," and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You got a funny look on it. You're funny. There, you make me laugh. I like that.
All right, yeah, very good. No, that You might not be able to make that out, maybe on a handheld, on a smartphone, but it's just simply the bat signal, and it says 146.415 simplex. And so if we flash that in the sky when we're doing a simplex, not everybody will know.
I don't know. It's really blurry. That writing on the bat there, I can't tell what it says.
It shouldn't be red. It should be white and black. At least it looks like that way to me. Yeah, it's the same on the video as it is on the thing there. Something's messed up on the color. I don't know why. It's a yellow background and a black bat, and the writing's in white and black. It's kind of like a black with a white something. I don't know what they call it. But anyway, appreciate the comments, though, and you're doing fine. You were a good signal here. I'm hoping you get your antenna squared away. You must have it a little better than normal because it's working good.
Yeah, and I was saying it's white over the black bat and yellow. Yeah, I see it. I just can't see what it says in the reading.
Yeah, 146.415 at simplex. That's just thought it was funny. In fact, you can see the same thing on the web page for the Mount Juliet Simplex Society on Yahoo, the Yahoo group, the one that's on the MJ_SS, if you've ever seen it. All righty. That was Charles, Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Foxtrot in Cottontown. Good signal. Good to hear you, Charles. Who else? Late check-ins, please come in. I had a double in there, but I got Kevin in there first. Kevin, how are you doing? You working at VHF contest?
No, I ain't where I think. No, I'm just over here listening to the net. I ain't doing too much of nothing on the radio. Jaw hurts. Feel like I got kicked in the jaw by a horse. Something. Just hurts. But for the most part, everything's well over here. All's doing good. I hope everybody's doing well out there. And everybody's sounding real good tonight. Must be good conditions, or everybody's doing really well. Because, wow, good signals, good signals. I'll pass it back to you. Paul, KG4 in my thing.
Yeah, very good. Were you copying Mike over in Smithville?
Yeah, I think I heard him. He was kind of scratchy a little bit, and I didn't make him out that well, but he was in there.
Yeah, okay. I heard him just barely in there, so yeah, I did. I was able to copy the call though. It was the conditions aren't so super, All righty, appreciate you being there, Kevin. Of course, that's Kevin over in just a little bit west of downtown Lebanon, and it's Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu. Great signal. Of course, he's got a pretty much clear shot to me, so not hard to do. And I know he's heard in other locations. He's done that control before very well. So, all right, who else we got? Late check-ins, please come in.
WY4G.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
Okay, you're the only one I can hear. I've been trying to check in, but I'm always getting beat by the double or the triple or whatever. So, but I finally got it.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's rough. If I would have heard you, I would have recognized who it was. Hear the call. It's a nice, unique call at WY4G. So it's hard to miss. So I just didn't hear you. Sometimes the perfect doubles wipe out everybody.
Yeah, I know. Plus, with the little bit of an antenna I've got, it doesn't help much. So, anyway, maybe someday near soon I'll get something a little better.
Well, I tell you, to me, oddly, that's what's so strange is to me, you're actually about 10 to 20 over S9 to me.
That must be a good, path from my QTH steers, because that's the only thing I can think of. Because this antenna I'm using, it practically no gain to it. Right now I'm only using 25 watts, so I'm just doing that just to be able to make the trip.
Yeah, no, you're doing a fine job, and of course that's Jeff. When do you hope you're going to do any improvements in the near future, or are you just holding your own for the moment?
Just holding on right now. I plan on getting a better antenna, but whenever the funds, whenever it's not going to affect my pocketbook any. I'm trying to get some medical stuff taken care of right now, so we'll be sometime soon, hopefully.
Very good. It's funny you mentioned that, and about the financing and having, if you don't have the money to spend, you just don't. I mean, that's kind of a normal plan. But it's funny, I was doing some work with a club for a major hospital when I was in Tampa, and they had big shack, I mean, we had 2 HF rigs, one all mode HF rig and then another just 160 through 6, had all the antennas you could use on the roof. Then we had 3 or 4 other operating stations with 2 meter, 70 centimeter dual band with verticals on the roof, and it was easy. But what's funny is they got grants from the Homeland Security to provide emergency services from the hospital, and they didn't need the money. I mean, we're talking about a hospital that's got 5 or 6 or 7,000 employees, and here they are asking for grant money from the government. The grant money should go to the regular hams, not these major facilities.
Yeah, but they get first dibs on it because of what they are. So I would like to get some grant money myself, but maybe who knows? I may come into a little bit of money in the future. I don't know. We'll just wait and see.
No, I hear you. Well, I even saw there was I don't remember where it was. I want to say it was up in Maryland, maybe. I forget. I was having a heated discussion with a group up there one time a couple of years ago, and they had a club that got a grant not from the government but from the local utility. Because like here, I think the Middle Tennessee Electric Utility, they also give grants to not-for-profit groups, et cetera, to do public-oriented things. And I almost think, and I just hate to get wrapped up in that kind of thing myself, but it's just interesting how this club, which here's a big club and they're asking for money from a utility when hams do this anyway. It's not something they need money from people to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly. And some of the biggest waste of taxpayer dollars is when these not-for-profit, agencies, which one of them I work for, and the management's so incompetent they couldn't run a figure. They just waste tens of thousands or more of taxpayer dollars. I mean, I could use numerous examples, but it is what it is.
Well, I know who you work for, and I learned from a guy who worked for the federal government, the DOT, federal DOT, and he said that there is not one public transportation system, bus, trains, subways in the country that is profitable. That they have to be subsidized by the feds.
Well, if they ever show a profit, they lose their funding. They can never show a profit. I mean, no matter what they do. I saw a documentary on History Channel one time, Modern Marvels. They did a documentary on the transit system in New York City, and I mean, this place brings in over $1 million a day, but they can not show a profit because they will lose their funding. And of course, it's $1 million a day. I mean, look what all they have to operate with, all the buses and subways and everything else. It costs them that much or more than that per day just for operating expenses, not including the salaries.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Yeah, those kind of systems. I can't even imagine how much money they chew up every day. Just in maintenance costs, let alone repairs and fuel. And I can't imagine because it's such a big system. Well, very good, Jeff. Appreciate you being there. And that's Jeff in Madison. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Great signal. Like I said, 10 to 20 over here on 25 watts. Who else? There was somebody else in there. Please come in.
K4IDC.
Hey, how you making out on the contest, Robin?
It's slow going, but we're having fun.
Slow like molasses or just slow like a steady stream?
Like a shortage of molasses in the middle of January.
Oh, almost as bad as the one you and I were in?
Oh, worse, far worse.
Oh, really? Is it just conditions, or it has to be conditions because I know there's lots of people operating?
I have no way of knowing how many people operate. Johnson's been making some FTA contacts on 6 meters, but so far I have a grand total of 2-meter contacts.
Wow, I better get on the air. Where are you?
Echo Mike 66, Mike Henry.
Well, I mean, which frequency are you on so I can point in that direction with the right frequency?
Be 144, 215 is where I've been hanging out.
Well, we need to get a bunch of people on 144, 250. And you're working in sideband or FM at there?
Sideband in that portion of the band, but I'm happy to work FM wherever people can make it happen.
All right. And how should they just get? Well, if they don't have sideband, how are they going to know to work FM?
Well, we could maybe use this frequency in about 15 or 20 minutes after the net's over.
All right. Well, then let's do that. Let's just do that. If somebody wants to help out with some contest numbers for Robin and his team over there on the VHF contest, that'd be the thing to do. On sideband, he's at 144.215 sideband. I'm sure that Stan heard that. He'll just jump right over there, and Kevin's going to jump right over there. I know that. All right. Who else? Good to have you in there, Robin. Of course, that's Robin. He's now, I don't know where 66MH is, but where is that here, Robin?
Jolton, northwest of Nashville. And let's do this. Let's work the FM cues first, right after the net. We'll stay on this frequency and do all the FM we can. And then we'll move to 144.215 for the sideband portion. How's that?
Sounds good to me. We'll do that. So if you guys will hang out after the net a couple of minutes, you can make regular QSOs for the contest for Robin and his partner up there here on FM. And then for those that can and will, move over to 144.215 for the sideband. All right, Robin, good deal. I'm glad you checked in. Maybe we can get you a handful more, double or triple your contacts. Anybody else late check-ins, please come in.
WB0NOL. Whiskey Echo. Paul, good to hear you on.
Yeah, very good. I heard Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar, and I've forgotten who that is.
Yeah, this is Mark, and we are off Saundersville Road on the north side of the county. And good evening, Paul, and just wanted to say thanks to Robin. He put up a new antenna for me a while back, a few days ago. So, and I'm hearing him over there wherever he is.
Yeah, very good. He said he was in Jolton up there, northwest Nashville, northwest of Nashville, a few miles. But yeah, you sound good, Mark. I know we've talked before. It's just been a while, I think.
Yeah, I'm a lurker, and I hang around here a lot and listen when I'm down in my workshop and doing things, but listen a lot more than I talk.
Yeah, well, you're living proof then what I've contended for a long time now. This is our 4th year, and that there probably are several people that have picked up on maybe just monitoring this frequency, or they have it on their scanner, this frequency, and they're listening, and they're happy to sit and listen and not jump in there. So in fact, hams and non-hams alike, I'm sure. I don't know that we're that entertaining, but I don't know. Sure beats some of the stuff on TV these days.
Right, you got that right. Anyway, I enjoy listening to you, Paul, and I feel like I know a lot about you, your Buffalo connection, all that. So you just never know who's listening. Anyway, have a good evening. I'm going to get out of here. It's storm time. I think it's about here. WB0NOL.
Yeah, very good. That's Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar, and he was publicly thanking Robin for helping him put up an antenna over there on Saundersville Road. And he's got a great signal in here, so it must be a good antenna. I didn't verify that, which one it was, but we'll find out sooner or later. There was somebody else in there besides Mark. Who was it?
November's W4AWE.
Hey, John, hold on 1 second. Had another station you covered right up. Who was it?
November 0, Juliet, Papa Delta, Andy over in Smyrna.
Man, I thought you disappeared off the face of the earth, Andy.
Just never hardly have time to get down here and get in the shack and do something. I actually had time to get in here and be tuning around today, and I thought, hey, man, let me get over and check on this Simplex net. You're sounding real good over here, Paul. Good signal. So we just want to take the opportunity to get in and say hello on the Simplex net.
Yeah, no, you sound good as well. Of course, you've got a nice setup down there and a nice signal, nice antenna. Which antenna? I forget which antenna you were using.
That, I think it's the, what is it? I always forget the model number. The GP15. It's the 2-meter 440, like 13 feet tall thing. I think you got one similar to it, but yeah, it's it. I always forget if it's the 9 or the 15, but you know, it's that one is like 13 feet tall for 2-meter 440. The GP, whatever it is.
Well, it certainly doesn't help to be up. How is that? 40, 50 feet?
Yeah, I got it up about 60 feet hanging out of a tree.
Ah, the tree tower.
Yeah, the air mast, as I call it.
Yeah, I always think that I haven't done it yet, but it occurred to me that if I was really going to be prepared for an emergency, I'd have an emergency antenna in case mine got knocked down or whatever. And I'd have a bow and arrow, and I could shoot an arrow with some monofilament line straight up through a tree, as far as I could make it straight up without it getting lodged, and then pick up the arrow on the other end and haul up an antenna through the tree and get up. I got a poplar out front that's, my gosh, it must be 100 foot tall.
Yeah, that would be a good emergency antenna. That way, like say, just haul it up and hey, you got an antenna. But yeah, I've had this one up there for a year or so. I just didn't put a mast over on that side of the other side of the building here, and where a storage shed is, my shack behind it. So I just hung that dude from the tree. It's about 60 feet at the tip of it, and of course it gets the thing's about 13 feet long, so the bottom's a little lower. But yeah, she just hangs up there.
Yeah, very good. Hey, I don't know if you heard that, because I know that I think you do a net on 9-1 repeater, don't you?
Not 9-1 on the 210 on the linked W-Cares repeaters. We cut it down to once a month. We do the TRO net, and part of my preamble is I point them over to your Simplex net on Wednesdays, and then there's one I do on DCC ARC too. But the one on Wednesdays, I usually point them over to your net at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, no, very good. The reason I was asking is we coordinated a Simplex test for some guys on the 901 machine who live in outlying areas, and some of us from this group got on the air just to show them that it can be done and should be done, and we were able to kind of tie things together for them. And a couple of them had never been on Simplex before, so it was fun.
Yeah, I read that in the email. I didn't get a chance to check that out. I did read that in the email, but yeah, cool beans. And then I read where you had done the Aries Simplex net too. So good stuff, man. Really good stuff. I had time tonight, so I thought, let me get down here and check in. And yeah, a lot of people never use Simplex or never use 2-meter sideband or any of that,
Yeah, it's all fun, and some people, including me, need prodding and a little inducement to do things, and you have to ask them to do things, and then, oh yeah, I can try that. It's more than just, because most people, they get comfortable and they get this comfort level and they just stay where they are, and they're having fun, and that's all they need, and then they realize, my gosh, ham radio is jam-packed full of things.
Yeah, a lot more stuff than we use, but hey, it's good to use it. The bands are there, the modes are there, might as well use them. But man, you're sounding good over here tonight.
All right, very good. Of course, that's Andy. It's November 0, Juliet, Papa Delta, and he's down in Murfreesboro. And the next guy was, and I'm glad you're there, Andy. I hadn't heard from you in quite a long time. Andy runs some nets, as we were just talking about, on the linked repeater, and I'd have to remember what the name it was, but Andy, if you would send that to me in an email, I'll make sure other people here know about that, or you can send it to the group, through the Mount Juliet Simplex group. That would be great. John, we've got you next. Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Work got me this weekend, but sometimes that's not too bad. It happens a lot.
Yeah, we missed you this morning. I thought you would be able to make it, but like you said, but it doesn't always work out that way. I think you were shocked to hear who you couldn't hear that Thursday night net.
Well, I wasn't really shocked considering how far east a lot of the people were.
Oh yeah, no, the one fella, he was up in, as you know, is up in Hartsville. The other one was Smithville, and what was that other one? What was that? I forget the name of the town. It was far over east, Rock City. There was another one too over east. It was farther east. Way east of Lebanon. I forgot the name of it now. Goldsboro? No, that's not the name.
We might have had one in Cookville, maybe.
Yeah, there was, like I said, it was fun because it was kind of, the guys were interested and they wanted to figure out what they could do better. In fact, I was monitoring their frequency afterwards, and they were all talking up what they were going to do in the future to try to do better.
And they are really one of the best examples of trying this, because the short mountain repeater has got such incredible reach going from that to Simplex, especially with stations that are more isolated from Nashville, is a really interesting test.
Oh, yeah. No, I by the way, you said that was Gainesboro, didn't you, Jim? I just heard you jump in there.
Yeah, it was Gainesboro.
Yeah, Gainesboro. I was unfamiliar. I didn't even know there was a Rock City. Of course, I looked it up, and it's like 4 houses and then a dollar store. All right, yeah, John, you're right, and it also proves very clearly 2 things: that repeaters are very useful to those people who live in outlying areas or people who live in low areas. That it's very difficult sometimes to do simplex, and if you want to, and so having a repeater gives you access that you don't normally have. But the simplex adds that element, so you go, well, my gosh, I can actually talk to some. They don't even realize they can talk to some of their club members, acquaintances, friends, on simplex and not get on the repeater. Because the other thing I learned Thursday night, I was reminded, people's audio sounds so much better on simplex than it does through a repeater.
Well, it's absolutely. It's almost like going from cable TV to a direct antenna on high def. You eliminate everything in between.
Yep, no, it's fun. And also I get tired of the repeater ID. It sounds funny, but I get tired of hearing it.
Yeah, and the Short Mountain's got a rather loud and distinctive CW string.
Yeah, I know it. That's all right. I know they have to do it. It's just, if you're doing simplex all the time, you don't worry about timing out the repeater, and you don't worry about the repeater ID.
Yeah, your only timeout is when the coax starts to heat up.
Well, most people have their radio set for, I know I've timed out my own machine once or twice, but I try not to do that. All right, John, you're doing good. That's John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo, and he's over in Bellevue. There you go. I remember Bellevue, and that's John, and he's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Appreciate you being there, John. Hope you can make the next breakfast. Who else? Late check-in, please come in. Well, I'm guessing that's somebody on a handheld, and they're not home. Is that you, Jen? All right, I got no copy on that signal. Is anybody else copying that? Nobody else copying. Boy. Let's try it one more time, Jen. Got nothing. I assume that's Jen. You might want to email me and let me know, because you're not, obviously I can talk to you from your house, so obviously you're not home. So I'm not sure where you are, but no copy on that whatsoever, just a lot of hash. And I heard a little bit of your voice on the first transmission. Nobody copied that? Nobody? All right, well, email me, please. Let's go from that. Anybody else late check-ins, please come in.
84 CVE, Greg.
Was that, I'm sorry, what was the first part of the call again, please?
84 CVE, Greg.
Ah, very good. Kilo Delta for Charlie Victor Echo. Greg, how are you, Greg?
I'm fine. I was way too far away from the microphone.
Oh no, you're all right. I just if my hearing sometimes gets in the way of my thinking, and then I don't hear everything. It's just funny how when you get distracted, especially where I'm sitting, it's easy to get distracted with the, especially on a call. I don't remember. Have you checked in before, Greg?
It's been a while.
Oh, that's all right. I just my memory. It doesn't mean I don't remember that, but where are you located, Greg?
I'm in Antioch.
Ah, very good. We have a good signal into here. What antenna are you using?
I'm using the Baby Diamond one. I think it's called an X2.
Oh yeah. I tell you, Diamond, I've been impressed with the performance, and their antennas are really built well too. Is that one like, do you get the same feeling about that one?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's the cheaper model, but it does what I need. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, you may have heard, like I finally, after years of putting it off, I bought the X700, and I put it off for obvious reasons. It's $380 something, and I still cringe when I say that, but it's worth every penny, because as soon as I got it and I put it together, I said, man, this thing is built I feel like I'm using a professional antenna, like it's a commercial antenna. It isn't. I mean, people have used them for repeaters, but it really is such a well-designed, well-built, good sound, good audio, good reception. I can't say enough good things about it, but it's still $387.
Yeah, well, you get what you pay for.
Well, that's true, but in my case, and I've said it before, but as net control, I almost felt this obligation to do it so I could hear better and be a better net control. Yeah, I could talk to lots of people using a less expensive antenna. I saw there was one, I forget who it is that made it. One of the good big names. I saw it on DX Engineering. It's a 2-meter, 70-centimeter antenna. It's a little shorter than this one, and it says it has a similar gain. And it was like $200, which is nearly half price. And I thought, I didn't see that one before, But I don't know if it performs as well, or I have no clue. I'm just happy with what I got, and I'm hoping I'll have this. Well, they can bury me with it.
Yeah, and you have a beam now too, don't you?
Yes, I have a 9-element M² beam, and that wasn't. You can get a beam similar to this from MFJ for about $100. I think it's maybe a little more. You can get it from a couple other of the manufacturers that are less expensive. But M², another company that makes an extremely quality antenna. I mean, just put together so well. The materials are nice, but it's not cheap. It was for a 9-element beam. It was like, I forget, $240 maybe. And that's a lot. And I look up on my roof. I did it the other day, and I said, I've got $1,000 on the roof, and I like to think it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it to me. I don't think I want to tell my wife I spent that much on it.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, I just wanted to say hi. I'll step on the side now. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, very good, Greg. I'm glad you're in there. And that's Greg from Antioch. That's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Anybody else late checking? Anybody else late check-in, any place, anywhere, please come in. Well, I thought we were going to peter out after about 10 or 12 or 13, but here we are at number 22 for Greg in Antioch. And okay, we're going to move on to the lurkers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, and scanner listeners. I got all night. I'll sit here and just wait. Well, I guess we don't have anybody who will qualify as a lurker, sandbagger, lollygagger, or scanner listener. So then scanner listeners, of course, have to email me or text me or call me on the phone. Is there, let's see what else we got. Oh, and procrastinators, not till after midnight. So you'll have to wait to see me tomorrow. All right, then I guess we'll close the net. If we don't have anybody else checking in, one last chance for late check-ins. Please come now. Got nothing. Okay, very good. We had a big 22 for not sending out a reminder. We had 22 check-ins, which is impressive for a Saturday night when there's a VHF contest, and there's also lots of other things going on. Now right after we're closing here, we're going to stay on the frequency for those that want to, and you can contact Robin on this frequency for the VHF contest on the same frequency, 146.415, and then to move over to 144.215 when we're done. So we're closing on that. Robin, you can pick it up.
Selling anything?
Yeah, we can. Do you have something to sell? You did send that out on the email thing. Has anybody else got anything to sell?
I've sold all my stuff.
Excellent. Excellent. You get the money you wanted out of it, I hope?
Sure did, and I bought a IC 7100.
Which one is that?
That's the HF all mode, UHF, VHF, 6-meter, D-Star, pretty fancy.
Now that's one of the new models?
This one's about 6 months old.
Oh, okay, so it was a used model?
Yes, it was.
Oh, cool. Somebody didn't want to know, or they needed the money.
One or the other. It's very confusing looking. All right, well, I'm done selling for a while. K1SB.
All right, very good. Anybody else got anything to sell, swap, trade, or swindle? I'm sure Robin does. Anybody else? Got nothing. And if you do want to sell something, don't hesitate to send it up to the website for the on the Yahoo group, because that's open to anybody who's got something to sell for ham radio equipment. No houses, no cars, unless the car's got a big rig in it. Or a house that's got a big rig and a tower. Has to have a tower. All right, anybody else with any buy, sell, swap, or swindle?
What's call sign?
Say again?
What is Robin's call sign so I can turn the beat?
Well, he's going to be in Jolton, and he's an EM66 Mike Hotel. So you point it up toward Jolton, up there northwest of Nashville. Echo Mike 66 Mike Hotel.
Good deal, thank
you. Yep. Okay, Robin, I'll let you pick it up.
All right, are you done with the net?
Finished. That's right. Done, finished, finito. That's it.
You called for lollygaggers, sandbaggers, and scanner listeners?
Yes. Yes, I did.
All right, very good. Thank you. Good job as always. Sounds like a good net tonight. Went kind of long.
Well, long enough. It's been longer, and we had 22 check-ins, so we're doing a great job, I think. I'll let others be the judge of that. Anyway, go ahead, Robin. You pick it up for, I don't know if you want to call CQ and let other people answer or whatever.
Roger that. Appreciate it. CQ contest here is Kilowatt 4, India Delta Charlie, K4IDC, and Echo Mary 66, Mike Hotel, K4IDC, Echo Mike 66, MH, standing by.
Bye-bye.
KM4YR